You might have heard that live shopping is exploding. And I have to tell you, I have been on Whatnot for a couple of weeks now, and I see why it is. Now, Whatnot is my sponsor, and they are the reason I got on the platform and checked it out. I'm glad they did. They made it easy for me. I'm going to make it easy for you. I love it. Whatnot is where you get great products without paying full price. It's that simple. I'm hooked on their live shows, too. You got to see them. They're so much fun. And I see why Whatnot has climbed to the top of the App Store. And listen, if you're selling online, or maybe you have a storefront and you're hoping people will find your listing or maybe walk in your store, Whatnot flips that, because on Whatnot, you go live and you sell directly to people in real time. And I may admit, although you didn't hear from me, I may have picked up a couple of power tools or so in the past couple of days. I'm just saying. Whatnot, it's the largest dedicated live shopping platform with beauty, collectibles, electronics, luxury, fashion, even cookies, and anyone can sell. In fact, people who sell on Whatnot sell 10 times as much as any other major marketplace. That's because you're not just listing products, you're building real connections with buyers. So whether you're shopping or you're selling, download the Whatnot app today and get free shipping on your first order. Just search WHATNOT, Whatnot, in the App Store and start scoring amazing deals. So I was whining to my wife the other day, said, I need new glasses. And she said, well, get some. I couldn't tighten them anymore. They were scratched. You know the thing, right? But I didn't want to go through the process because you have to make the appointment. You have to spend weeks to get them done. And you got to pay a fortune, right? That's real. But I did. I spent $500 on frames and glasses, and that was cheap. And then I ordered a pair from my sponsor, Zenni Optical, for $70. Zenni is an online eyewear shop, prescription glasses, sunglasses, blue light lenses, starting at under $30. You go to Zenni.com, you pick a frame, upload your prescription, and they ship it to your door. No appointment, no store, no upsell at the counter. And by the way, if you are saying, do I really need new glasses, or do I have to put up with one pair to do everything I need to do for the next 2 years? No, you can get what you want starting at under $30. And if you've never bought glasses online, don't worry about it. I haven't either. Zenni has a virtual try-on so you can see exactly how the frame looks before you commit to buying them, with no salesman looking at you saying, those look good, but these expensive ones would look better. No, you don't get that. I'm excited. I can't wait to get my Zenni glasses and tell you more about them. If your glasses are overdue for a refresh, now's the time. Go to Zenni.com/podcast and use the code podcast15 for 15% off your first order. The styles sell out, so don't sit on it. That's Zenni.com/podcast. Promo code podcast15. So what do you think could happen if you were able to script every single great moment of your life and maybe avoid those not so great moments? That's kind of hard to do. It's going to happen anyway. That's called life. But what if you could script everything and get exactly what you wanted? Well, the fact is you can. You may be doing a little bit of it right now, but you probably should do a whole lot more. We're going to talk about that today and why you should think about at least scripting your life and attaching a little process to it as well as we get later on in the show. Hang on for it. It'll be a fun ride. It is the Daily Boost from MotivationToMove.com, the positive boost you need every single day. Happy to have you here today. By the way, I'm going to be in Denver. I think the 21st of August, I'll be in Denver for about 4 days, and my wife is coming out a little bit after that and spending a few days up in the mountains, so about a 10-day trip. You can come see me for the first couple of days if you'd like to, because I'll be at it's an event called Podcast Movement. I go to that every single year because obviously I have a podcast. So if you're in the area or you're a podcaster and you want to meet up, just let me know. Shoot me a note here, Scott at MotivationToMove.com, and we will arrange it. Now, can you come after that? The weekend my wife is there. No, you can't. That's a romantic weekend. I'm saving that for the good stuff, and you're not involved. Sorry to say. I'm just being honest, okay? How are you? My name is Scott Smith. I'm the founder, Chief Motivating Officer here at MotivationToMove.com. I'm kind of in the flow today where I want to be, so I actually don't know if I introduced myself twice right then, but maybe not, in any case you know who I am. We're going to talk a little bit about scripting your day today, about getting out of bed, jumping out of bed excited, or not, but enjoying your day, getting what you want in life. I think you should do that. You're living what we call the hero's journey. You know that, right? Hero's journey it goes back to, how long has it been out now? About the late 40s, I think, when the book was written, Man with a Thousand Faces, Joseph Campbell. Every single Hollywood movie, most plays, most anything you do is written around a story. If you understand story, you got some power in life. And you are living a story, and you are the hero of the story. Who is the hero? It's the one you go to the movie to see what happens to that hero and how they transform. Well, it's a predictable path. Why does it work so well? Because we all live a hero's journey naturally. It's just a human nature thing. And I think if you scripted your life a little bit better, you might be a little bit happier. In fact, I will tell you, let me raise my right hand and say, I promise you, having worked with so many people, I get the same, let me say this nice. I get the same story. I get the same confession. I see the same issues all the time. And usually 9 times out of 10, it's people that are just rambling and mumbling and just their day is whatever it becomes. Is your day like that? Yeah, Scott, but I try to get it and try to live in order. But wait a second, Scott. Actually, my day is too in order. I can't get anything done. It's kind of a fine mix, isn't it? And that's why we script it. Let's talk about scripting your life.
Honey, what are you listening to?
Mom!
Your teen might not share everything with you, but teens share everything with each other. And certain everyday behaviors, like sharing food, drinks, or kisses, could mean sharing bacteria that can cause meningococcal disease, known as meningitis. Although meningitis is uncommon, about 1 in 10 who develop it will die. Ask your teen's doctor about missing meningitis vaccinations. Learn more at meningitis.com. Vaccination may not protect all recipients. Sponsored by GSK.
So scripting your life. In the world of Scott Logic, it's me. I've always fought some of my own advice. That's silly, isn't it? Give myself advice. Well, I'm the boss of me, just like you're the boss of you. You tell yourself what to do, and you go, no, I'm not going to do it, right? What are you going to do? I'm the boss of you. Here's my advice. When life is predictable, scripted, and process-oriented, boring, it's as exciting as you could ever dream it could be. Wait a second, that's strange. You mean when it's predictable and scripted and process-oriented and boring, it gets exciting? It does. Now, I'm a guy. I think you're the guy. I think you're a guy, a girl. You're just like this. You like probably some excitement in your day. Maybe you'd like to prefer to ignore that wisdom as well. I know I'm not alone there. I want excitement. I don't want predictable. Come on, Scott. Still, I don't miss prioritizing that thought every single day, that scripting part of it, that predictable part of it. So let's talk about the scripting part of it right now. Do you love a good spontaneous day? I've learned that the more predictable and scripted my day is, the less stress that I have, you probably too, and the more you're going to get done. And then you got time for spontaneous, don't you? All that means is when you're going throughout your day, when you know what you're going to be doing, when you decide this is what's going to happen, and ignore what everybody else says. And yes, you can do that to some extent. You can't do it with everything. If you have a job, you're going to have to follow along with the boss says, although you might be a remote worker, and we know how that works out, wink, wink, right? When you know what you're going to do, when you've scripted what you're doing for the day, you sit down, you focus, your absolute focus into it, get it done, and then you're done for the day. I do 3 things a day, 3 big things a day. And this is not my advice. This is advice that a lot of people have given over the years. I took up this about 30 years ago. I said, every single day, 3 important things get done. Not to say there aren't a few other things that kind of fall in there and get done as well. Probably a lot of them, really. But the important things that need to get done, 3 a day. That's it. Once they're done, I can do what I want to do. Like today, I have 3 things, going to go to the gym. That's it. No, I'm not including the gym as one of them. Come on, that's fun for me. What? How'd that get fun? No, something happened. Strange. I can usually tell weeks in advance. If somebody were to ask me, if you were to come to me today and say, Scott, in late October, I'm going to be in town on a Thursday. Can we get together? I could give you an instantaneous yes or no without checking my calendar. How do I know that? I've scheduled and scripted. I know where I am. I know exactly what's happening on a Thursday in every single instance from now until the future. Do you? When you script it, when you decide what you're going to do, when you get out of bed and you know what you're going to spend your hours on in the early hours, the midday hours, the evening hours, and the overnight hours, and then begin to live it, you're kind of forced into pushing everything else out of the way because once you've decided that this is how your script's going to play and then the unpredictable shows up, you're going to force it away. And that is kind of the hard part, isn't it? And it's going to take some self-discipline to do it, but you'll get used to it and you'll learn to love it. Before you know it, your life will get boring, and then it's going to get really exciting because you'll have time to focus on you. Now, how about the process-oriented part? So the best way I can explain process is this, and I actually touched on this a little bit on yesterday's show, and that's kind of what brought up this idea today. You know, most people set goals. I like goals. Goals drive me. They push me forward. I like deadlines. I do. I like to focus on outcomes because I'm going to get an outcome. So I don't focus on it. I do, okay, something's going to happen. It's going to be over eventually, right? What if you don't get what you want? Happens all the time. Try again, right? But if weight loss is your goal, say you want to lose 50 pounds. It's not a bad thing to focus on the end, the losing 50-pound goal, the end goal. But I'll tell you what, that's a fast way to fall off the wagon. So An out-of-control weekend, one out-of-control weekend can mess you up. Have you ever had that happen before? Yeah, I get it all the time. Many coaching calls. One of the biggest questions I get, if it's a weight loss related thing, is I got out of control on the weekend. I had a party last weekend. I fell off the wagon. What do I do? So what you do is, instead of focusing on that goal of 50 pounds, the process part of it, you've scripted that you're going to try to eat well and try to exercise and try to do the things you have to do and stay on track. But sometimes you're going to fall off track. That's life. You focus on your progress instead. You focus on how you have done well. Have been eating right? I've been kind of shaping up a lot. I haven't dropped any weight. It's kind of making me mad. A couple of pounds would be nice. At the same time, everything fits better and I feel better. I'm getting strong. I'm focused on that. Simple mindset. As long as you keep doing what's working, you're going to get what you want. It's pretty simple. So there's two ways of thinking about this. And if you put the two together, you're going to be really massively advantaged in getting what you want, or at least being happy. And almost everybody I ever talk to, that's ultimately just what they want. They want to be happy and live on purpose. Be happy and every single day working toward your purpose. And the way you get there is, well, you got to take some control. And if you decide in advance, by writing down, you can start today. You could say, what's today going to be like? And you can do it tomorrow, the next day, and the next day. I'm not going to buffalo you here, as they say in some parts of the country. It may take a little while to get used to it, but once you begin to write and script your day, other things that have been getting in your way are just going to go away. They're not going to show up anymore, and you're going to end up with so much more time. Then you focus on that process. Like I said, how much progress have you made versus have you got there yet? And suddenly you find yourself relaxing and just toiling throughout your day, working toward whatever you want to achieve in life. It is such a better way to live. And in fact, new psychology is pretty much telling us that's the way we think anyway. I hate the old psychology of the world. I really do. I like the more positive psychology, if only because the old psychology always said, you all started with your mom and dad when you were 7 years old. New psychology says, no, we're looking toward the future, what you can, self-determination theory, pushing yourself forward to create what you want to create. It's cool stuff. I got a couple of good shows coming up this week as I get back from vacation, get back in the groove again, learning to podcast again. It's been a while, almost a month since I recorded a show. I haven't done that in years. Interpreting your calling. Do you ever feel like there's a calling? What if it's the other way around? What if the calling is not what you're supposed to do? Tomorrow's show. How do you feel strategy sessions? A powerful strategy for you on Thursday and Friday. How to figure out your purpose so you can go live it every single day. There's an easy way to do it. It's a fun way to do it. I'll talk about that on Friday's show. In the meantime, I'll see you. DailyBoostPodcast.com/Facebook. That's where I am.